All right, on today's episode, I'm gonna teach you how to gain muscle with lighter weights. Now you're probably wondering like, why would I use lighter weights? What would be the reason for that? Well, there's so many different reasons. One, if you are at home, you know, a lot of people train at home, your home gym, I mean, you're not gonna have like a substantial, like up to 200-pound dumbbells. So a lot of times you're limited by the amount of equipment you have. So if your home gym only goes up to 50s, now 50s might be adequate for, you know, chest exercise, but on a leg day, 50 pounds, you might need a little more than that to see some results. You know, the other reasons would be maybe you're training for another sport and you don't want to put on too much size, especially like if you're a marathon runner, a cyclist, maybe a boxer where you have to watch weight. Maybe you're coming off an injury or an extended period of time. So you don't want to just go right back into lifting heavy weights. Or maybe you're a beginner, you know? Beginners, you don't want to start maxing out right away. You want to get form with those lighter weights. So today I want to talk to you about how to build muscle using lighter weights.
Linn, Bailey.
Let's go! Do what I do! Work like I still got something to prove! Let's go! All I do! Work like I still got something to prove!
All right, tip number one, this is a super easy one, probably the most common one that you could think of is slowing down the reps. So using negatives, slow eccentrics, you're just slowing the movement down. Anytime you slow the movement down, you're gonna recruit more muscle fibers because you have to concentrate and keep them going at the same speed, which is a lot harder. So you're gonna recruit more muscles and it's also just more time under tension. All right, tip number two is kind of banding these all together because they're all kind of very similar. So pause reps, dead stop reps, and also iso holds. So pause reps and dead stops are very, very similar. Pause reps, the only difference is you can kind of put those anywhere you want in the rep range. So a lot of times I can pause as I'm benching. I pause midway. So if I come down, pause midway and then up, or you can do it on the reverse pause. Also, you can do those on deadlifts or squats. Dead stop, you're taking the complete momentum out of it, which is also if you pause on your chest, that would also be a dead stop. But you can do those from the ground on a deadlift. So instead of, you know, bouncing it off the ground where you get that little jolt and it helps you up, you bring the weight all the way down, stop it, make the bar stop completely. This way you're recruiting more muscles to really explode up. And then the last one is an iso hold. Iso hold is you're doing an isometric hold. You're holding and you're not moving. So wall squats. I do this a lot when I do bicep curls. I'll do it alternating where I'm holding one arm while I bicep curl the other arm. Again, it's all time under tension and it also recruits more muscle fibers because you're taking momentum out. Third tip would be incorporating unilateral movements. So especially if you train at home and you don't have heavy weights, especially for like a leg day, soon as you take one leg out of it, that 50 pounds that maybe you have to work with now is going to make it a lot harder. Obviously, any kind of unilateral work is more challenging. You're only using one leg, there's balance, but the great benefit of it is you don't need a whole lot of weight, so you're gonna take a lot of stress off those joints that you're doing, and it also works on muscular imbalances, because whatever the right leg does, the left leg has to do. So over time, it creates more evenly developed muscles. Unilateral. All right, fourth tip. Probably should have put this one at the beginning. This is like the easiest one to think of. Increase your reps or sets. Anytime you have limited weights where you need to go lighter, Just because your program says, you know, hypertrophy begins in the 10 to 12 rep range, but let's say I'm training at home, or maybe I have a shoulder injury and I can't go much above 10s. So to create that same stimuli that you would get with, you know, 25s, 30 reps where you're doing 10 to 12 reps, if I only have 10s, should I stop at 10 to 12 reps if I can keep going? No, you keep going. So to create the same stimulus that you would get from heavy reps, you just do more, or heavy reps, low weight, you just do more reps at your lighter weight. Tip number, I don't even know, 5? I think we're on 5. Tip number 5, decrease your rest time in between sets. You know, if we're powerlifting and you're doing really heavy weights for, you know, 3 to 5 rep range, generally you're gonna take 3 to 5 minutes to rest because you need all of your strength, you need to be fully recovered to hit that heavy weight again. When you're doing lighter weight, you can create, or you can make that rest time a lot smaller. Plus it's gonna boost your metabolism, you're gonna be burning more, you're gonna be sweating, and it makes that next set a lot heavier. So you go, 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 time yourself, you know, try to stay between 30 to 60 seconds, and then go again. And it will make that next set feel a little harder because you haven't quite recovered yet. All right, number 6 is using pre-exhaust. So on those bigger compound movements, if you're looking to, you know, lighten the load or make those compound movements feel heavier with lighter weights, use a pre-exhaust. So a lot of times on leg day, before I get to a leg press, I'll do some extensions or curls and kind of like exhaust those muscles that are gonna be working so that when I get to that compound exercise, I don't need 100 plates. I need a fraction of them because, you know, I'm already pre-exhausted. So I wanna make that compound movement feel heavier even though I'm using lighter weights. Just helps with taking a little load off those joints. And when you're 40 years old, all you wanna do is just be okay. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Again, you don't always have to go to the gym and lift the heaviest weights in the entire world. You know, sometimes you can lighten the load and still get some muscles. So hopefully you'll learn some tips. Hopefully you incorporate these into your daily training. And hopefully I see you back here on my next YouTube video. See you guys later.